All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba Shem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwaf that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazad to be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash and Salakia. A little bit congested. Fuck around and ate some cheese. Jake, lactose intolerant. So I knew I shouldn't have ate no damn cheese. But anyway, Salakia. But I'm going to try to get through this video. I might have to pause it, blow my nose. But, bear with me. But it's not going to be long. Breaking news. I saw the brother Yahweh Call speaking on it. And I saw also Travis from the Prepared Homestead. He was talking about this also, that Palantir. Okay, breaking news. I said I had to land back on it, bring out a couple precepts, because this is one step closer to the you-know-what, the M-O to the T to the B, the Charagma. All roads lead to the Charagma. This devil, he knows he has a short time. He's about to come down with great wrath. He's going to collapse this current fiat fiscal system, and he's going to usher in a digital system, again, spearheaded by the Charagma, per Revelation 13 and 16, which I got it on deck. I see if the spirit, if I read it or not, because a lot of times they'll flag the videos for even reading certain verses, especially Revelation 13 and 16, but I'll see it with the spirit, how the spirit leads me. But yeah, again, all roads lead to the Charagma. This digital is going to usher in a digital system, okay? And it's, you're not going to be able to buy or sell save he that had the Charagma, the mark. And the reason why he's bringing this Charagma in is so that he'll have complete control, like Aaron Russo said in that interview with Alex Jones. Okay, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to connect you to the Internet of Things, the Internet of all things. Okay, he'll be able to track everything, monitor everything. Okay, that's why Carl Schwab said China was the perfect model. The perfect model for what? This new world order. This new order of the ages that's going to be digital. Okay? So this is one step. Palantir is one step closer to the Charagma, to the hour of temptation. It draweth nigh. There's only a handful of prophecies left to play out, and they're screaming. So this is from the New York Times. And this guy that you see on the screen, what's his name? Alex Karp. Okay? He's a Amalekite, okay? And he looks like a damn Diablo, okay? Anyway, it says Trump taps Palantir to compile data on Americans. And real quick, because I never heard of Palantir before, so I was doing my due diligence. And basically it's a tech company, and it's not that the tech company is Salakia. Bear with me, Salakia. So it's basically this tech company. They're basically just gathering all the information that's already available to you via the internet. Okay, everything is already pretty. All these entities, all these government, all these whatever you want to call it, these things that are in place to the DMV, the IRS, all these different government institutions, they're already digital, okay? But now what I'm gathering is Palantir is gonna compile all that information into one place, okay? And they're gonna use AI to do it, because all these different agencies, all these they have databases. The FBI, your local law enforcement, the what they call it, CIA, again, IRS. They're basically gonna, all your information that's digital, all your digital footprint is gonna be compiled in one place, and that's what Palantir is gonna be doing. All right. So from what I'm gathering, if I'm off, please inform me, enlighten me in the comment section. But that's what I'm gathering. And you got a lot of these MAGA hat Trump supporters. They're up in arms. Okay, you got the diehard Trump supporters. They're gonna follow him off the cliff. They're gonna go down with the Titanic. But you got a lot of MAGA supporters that are believed in the Constitution. They believed in America's value, with America's freedom. So they're saying this is a major expansion of the Patriot Act, which we know that came about during 9/11. You lost a lot of your so-called rights. Okay, so let's get it. I don't want to make this too long, like I said, a Salakia. So again, this is from a credible source, the New York Times. I'll read this is Alex Karp, a co-founder and the chief executive of, and they say this dude is just do your due diligence on him. He wrote an essay talking about women shouldn't have rights to vote. He's very highly questionable. Okay, he's got a shady past. Okay, so anyway, Alex Karp, a co-founder and the chief executive of Palantir, at a forum in Washington in April, the Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work across the federal government. So it says the Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work with the government, spreading the company's technology, which could easily merge data on Americans throughout agencies. That's why Carl Schwab said China was the perfect model. They already have all your information in these different agencies, as I was saying earlier. Okay, FBI, CIA, your local law enforcement, sheriff's department, your local municipalities, IRS. They got all your information. You have a digital footprint, your medical records. Okay, notice everything is going digital. The real ID, that's the trend, because all roads lead to the Karagma. Okay, so these different agencies already have your information, but it's gonna what it says, merge it into one place. Okay, information is big money. Okay, that's why these different apps, you hit the agreement. They're gathering information. That's why Google can predict what you're gonna do. You already know. You already know what's going on with AI. Okay, they're monitoring you. It's big business. So again, the Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work with the government, spreading the company's technology, which could easily merge data onto Americans throughout agencies. So again, one step closer to that, what? Okay? And if this goes through, it's going to be super easy to make a social credit system like China has. Okay? So we're close. It says in March, President Trump signed an executive order calling for federal government to share data across agencies, which they've been doing that. Okay? In law enforcement, which I know a little bit, in law enforcement, they had anytime you get arrested and stuff like that, you have a criminal record. But a couple years, it's been in for a while. The process used to be slow because they didn't share information between different municipalities. Georgia didn't share information with Florida. You had to make a phone call back in the day. But now there's a digital database. I believe it's called Davy. There's two of them, if I'm not mistaken. You got a federal one and a local one, a local one. And basically now, as soon as they run your fingerprint, it goes through that database. All your arrests, all your information comes up. But before, it wasn't like that. You could do a crime and then flee to another state and be safe. But now they're sharing information, and this is even expediting things even more. Okay? So it says, in March, President Trump signed an executive order calling for the federal government to share data across agencies, raising questions over whether he might compile a master list of personal information on Americans that could give him untold surveillance power. And that's what the MAGA supporters are angry about. They're saying it's a further expansion of the Patriot Act. It says, Mr. Trump has not publicly talked about the effort since, but behind the scenes, officials have quietly put technological building blocks into place to enable his plan. It says, in particular, they have turned to one company, Palantir, the data analyst and technology firm. Salakia. It says the Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work across the federal government in recent months. The company has received more than $113 million in federal government spending since Mr. Trump took office, according to public records, including additional funds from existing contracts as well as new contracts with the Department of Homeland Security and the Pentagon. You see that? This does not include a $795 million contract that the Department of Defense awarded the company last week, which has not been spent. Representatives of Palantir are also speaking to at least two other agencies, the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service. So they're going to link Homeland Security, the Pentagon, the Social Security, and the IRS. So they got you. They got you, and they're going to compile, allegedly, they're going to compile all your information into one database. You see? You see? Complete control. It says representatives of Palantir are also speaking to at least two. They're going to do it with the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. You know? Everything is becoming streamlined. Representatives of Palantir are also speaking to at least two other agencies, the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service, about buying its technology, according to 6 government officials and Palantir employees with knowledge of the discussions. The push has put a key Palantir product called Foundry into at least 4 federal agencies, including DHS and the Health and Human Services Department. Widely adopted Foundry, which organizes and analyzes data, paves the way for Mr. Trump to easily merge information from different agencies, the government officials said. Creating detailed portraits of Americans based on government data is not just a pipe dream. The Trump administration has already sought access to hundreds of data points on citizens and others through government databases, including their bank account numbers, the amount of their student debt, their medical claims, and any disability status. You see? All roads are leading to the Charagma. You see? And that new world order, he wants to connect you to the Internet of Things. And the final step, you know, the end all be all is going to be that Charagma inserted into you. Okay? That I could keep reading, but that's the point, man. That's the point. You get the idea. You could do your own due diligence, you know. If I'm misinformed, if I'm please enlighten me in the comment section. Okay? So I'm going to run through this. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know how this devil gets down. His unrighteous decrees, his draconian legislation. We know his end goal, that Charagma. Okay? He wants to get the birthright back. How is he going to do it? Through his technology, through his beast system, his new world order. That's going to be spearheaded by the Revelation, as you can see, 13 and 16. Let me cautious. Let me read. I'll start at 11. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. He come peaceably, you know? Meanwhile, war's in his heart, you know? It says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast, which the first beast is the Roman Empire. We're living in the revival of the Roman Empire, okay? It says, which is what? NATO and the EU. And America's the whore that's riding the beast. And causeth the earth and them that which dwell therein to worship the beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Again, the Roman Empire. We're living in the revival of the Roman Empire. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Going back to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he dropped those bombs on Japan. Okay, those nuclear bombs, the atom bomb, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Also, his fighter jets, you know. It says, and deceiveth, this the point, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Again, he's a devil. He's a Diablo, a deceiver. He comes peaceably, but war's in his heart. He comes like he has your best interest at heart, but he really wants to destroy you. He wants complete control. And deceive, and he's going to get it through this Internet of Things and his charagma, his MOTB. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Because he's going to present it like it's so great, the latest, greatest thing, you know? It's going to make blind people see, paraplegics walk, you know? You're going to have access to all your information with the wave of your hand. All we got to do is scan you, you know? All your records are safe, you know? You know? It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak. This system that he's setting up, this digital system, this NWO that's being rolled out right in front of your face, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And you can read the rest of it. I'm not going to read it. Okay? 16 on down. All right? Because if you don't take that charagma, okay, you're not going to be able to operate in this man's system with it. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to drive. You're not going to be able to own a property. You're not going to be able to buy and sell. You're not going to be able to do anything if you don't accept his charagma. And the infrastructure is already built. He's rolling it out right in front of your eyes. Okay? And if you take it, you will be destroyed. Revelation 14 and 19. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast. Gotta get some more. It says, Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, okay, and receive his mark, right, the charagma, the RFID CHIP, I just showed you Revelation 13 and 16 on down. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, that RFID CHIP, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? There's no repentance from that. You take that charagma, you will be destroyed. Okay, so you're gonna be met with a decision. If you want to keep your place in this kingdom, you want to keep your wealth that you've acquired, you want to keep your cushy lifestyle, you want to eat, you know, you want to maintain your place in society, you're going to have to bow to that system and take his mark. Plain and simple. Ain't no way around it. And it's drawing nigh. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, when this devil rolls out that charagma. Okay? Which shall come upon all the world. It's a global thing. It's a new order of the ages. That's why all these nations are talking about a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. No fiat system lasted forever. All fiat systems eventually ended, imploded. It's not a feasible system. It's not sustainable. Okay, and they knew it when they rolled it out. It wasn't a sustainable model. It was just a means to an end. What's the end? This digital system. The Internet of Things. They'll have complete control. They can monitor everything. You don't want to obey, they just lock your chip off. That's what Aaron Russo said. And it's going to try the world. Jacob's trouble is going to try the world, and we're close. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. And you're going to be tested, because this devil about to squeeze you. Order ad chaos, the Hegelian dialect, pressure from above, pressure from below. Which shall come upon all the world to try them, to test them. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's test, to see if you have faith or not. To try them that dwell upon the earth. So I'm going to close out here. And we going to know the ones of you that took that charagma. The ones of you that bent the knee. Okay, how are we going to know? Because you're going to have a grievous sore break out on you when you receive that mark. Okay, it's going to be evident. First and foremost, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the angels going to know. But we going to know also. Okay. And that is what it says in Revelation 16:2. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon, it's a stamp, bro. That digital ooh. Ain't no going back. You saying I belong to Esau. I don't belong to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I want to be Esau's slave forever. That's what you saying when you take that charagma. Okay, we gonna see it. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So we gonna be able to see it, man. We gonna know you took that shit. you know? Anyway, with that being said, Adawan Ratazadis came together and it made sense. Salakia, again, pause in the video, congested, ate that damn cheese. Jake lactose intolerant, but it is what it is, Anyway, keep watching, keep praying, keep fighting, keep pushing, man. We're close. Yapah times, exciting times, horrific times, but exciting times. Shalom. Wa abad babo, kwam yasharallah.